Hello everyone. Today we're doing another 12 FPS. My name is Magic, and I'm going to be playing uh, Inspector Marina Lotus Coon. And I'm here with my good friend and co-player.
AudioVisual, Toonkind's local bootleg Sableye, back at it again with Phlox Claw. The bounty hunter who's normally in a duo, but today they are alone.
So Fox. I'm probably gonna butcher the name. I am so sorry.
Phlox.
Fox.
Like flocks of geese or something.
Fox. Okay. Fox. I can words. I swear. I'm so sorry. Okay, so you're currently walking around some small town in some part of Ghibli, and well, can you give me a perception check?
I can give you a perception check. Perception is +4. That's a 9.
All right, so it's a very nice day. It's a little cold out today. You can see some people in like sweaters. Uh, you can see some people in sweaters. It's it's around like afternoon time. So there are people out, there are like parents with their children, and sadly, you seem to be distracted by something else. I think there's a batch of wanted posters like right across the street, and you run into someone.
um.
Oh,
Uh.
I am so sorry. Oh, and you look up, and you see someone you haven't seen in a long time.
Lottie! And Phlox sort of like pats Marina's shoulders. Lottie, how are you?
Uh, roll an insight. We're gonna go directly into this.
Yep. 14.
Lottie seems utterly shocked to see you here. I am doing Fox?
Yeah. It's been an age and a half.
Uh, 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 um, uh, how are you doing?
I'm in between jobs. Ducky's doing ducky things. I don't, and Phlox sort of like brushes their front off and stuff because again they crashed into each other. And they're like, "What are you doing here? Are you looking for a job?"
Not at this current moment in time. And Lodi is currently wearing not her normal bounty hunter's outfit she normally wears. She doesn't have the leather coat. She doesn't have her hair short and cut.
Mm-hmm.
It's full and long, and this is not her normal outfit at all.
Phlox sort of gives her a second look and is like, "Did you go through a design change? You look different. It's a good look for you, though."
You could say I went through a design change. Do you want to go somewhere else to talk about this? I'm pretty sure there's a cafe down the street, or,
Phlox is nodding along and like they're sort of like looking to see if there's somewhere they can go and sit.
yeah, there's a small little cafe just like down the street, and it's easy enough to just get a table.
Yeah. Probably like order drinks or something.
Yeah. Lotus was already holding a drink, but she still orders a drink. She's out of nerves.
Phlox probably orders this like super sugary sweet coffee, and it like it sounds like it could kill someone from the amount of just like syrups and frosts and milks in it.
Yeah.
And Phlox sort of like leans across the table a little with like their elbows on it and like puts their chin in their hands, and they're like, so
So,
how are you?
I've been doing uh decently well. Roll an insight.
15.
Uh, Marina is lying through her teeth.
Uh-huh. Hey, so Phlox is grinning at Marina, and it was very much, a happy, sort of like, "Ee!" Just a real colon uppercase D. And their smile turns into more of like the kind of grin Marina may remember from whenever Phlox would have a nice shiny knife out and be smiling at someone because they have a knife, and who boy, all of the things they could do with it. And they're like, "Do you want to try again, Marina? Or do you want to try again, Lottie?"
Lottie looks incredibly nervous for a second before just kind of deflating and putting her head in her hands with a big ol' sigh.
Phlox reaches across the table and pats Lottie's shoulder. And they're like, "Hey, it's okay. I'm just messing with you a little. If you don't want to tell me, I'm not gonna push. But
No, it's fine. It's just things have not been going particularly well recently. Uh, uh, Current job I'm on is not. I'm getting nowhere with it.
and you can't just drop it.
Uh,
What kind of contract are you under?
uh, would you get mad at me for this?
Would I get mad at you?
Mm,
Aw, Lottie, and Phlox like pats her shoulder again. I can be the bigger person. I'm not gonna get mad at you. Come on, I'm the one who asked.
I'm under contract right now with the international police.
Ooh. If you want, Marina can roll insight.
Yeah. Yeah. That I did say. Oh wait, I have proficiency. This is great. It's a 22. It's
Even
a 22.
if you didn't. So Marina, aka Lottie, you say that and Fox sucks in a breath and it's like a ooh, like a wow, you really went and did that, huh? And like sort of an awe of like, wow, that's really ballsy of you. And just say it's not really judgmental, but more of a who do you really know what you're stepping in, sort of like, because it's the police and bounty hunters. And then it's also like Fox is like Phlox and Ducky, the Claus's reputation. And it's they're not exactly friends with the police at
Yeah.
times, in certain places. Other places they haven't had been caught yet, but that's not important.
Uh, Marina. Marina still has her head in her hands. She's
uh,
she like glanced up to look at you, but as soon as she saw it, she was just like, "Oh God."
oh, Lottie, I am in awe. I mean, do for you, Glenn Coco, but are you is this like a just this job? Are you like, and Fox like ducks their head a little closer and like lowers their voice. Are you working for them?
And she reaches into her coat and she like shows off the international inspector's badge.
Phlox whistles through their teeth, and it's like a whoo. That's a shiny. Um, and they nod, and they're like, "We're moving up in the world, huh?"
You could say that, I suppose. You can roll another insight.
Come on, Phlox. You can do better than this. It's been 2 years, I know, and you are a dumbass, but please get something higher than a 15.
I I'm gonna give you advantage on this because Marina looks very nervous.
Odd. Okay,
That's a
there we go.
17. Fox, you may have a feeling this job was not completely optional.
Ooh, yeah, Phlox. Oh, Phlox gets it, and Phlox is like, "You poor thing." Um, they sit back a little, and they're like, "Oh, I mean, and you can't fake your death."
Faking my death would be a little hard with my current track record.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I mean, have you tried asking around for like, I mean, what kind of job are you on, Lottie, for them to be pulling in people like us?
Audio, I'm the brain. Anyway, uh,
Pat, pat, pat.
well, details, confidential information. You know. Uh,
Yeah. The last thing we need is to have to pull a jailbreak for you.
uh,
Although, if you do, you know who to call.
uh,
Phlox is giving Marina just a sort of like a almost like a puppy doggish smile, like, "Hey, yeah, I can make a joke to help make you feel better."
Marina does look like happy you made the joke. She's got a small little smile on her
Oh,
face.
oh.
Uh,
Um.
it's just, it's. I haven't really talked to anyone uh, around the old circles in a long time. I
Mhm.
I tried to put it past me a little bit. I don't I don't want anyone else to get caught up in it.
Phlox nods along, and they're like, "Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Also, I can think of at least 3 other guys off the top of my head who'd probably shank you for it. So, you're valid. I'm not gonna shank you for it, despite my fun little collection. But I mean, and I'm not gonna judge you for wanting to move up past being a bounty hunter, because everyone likes to glamorize the adventures and all that stuff. But no one ever actually cares about people like us who make a career out of this sort of thing.
Yeah. It's let's move on from Fox, how have you been?
Um, uh, Flux sits back a little in their chair, and you can roll insight again
I'm
on
gonna roll insight.
Flux, because it's they're doing a thinky think.
That's
Oh my
20.
god, 21! Oh my gosh, it's okay. Um,
It's her job,
Flux,
man.
yeah, I mean that's so valid. Sometimes the dice just give it to you. I mean, Phlox is being very much of an open book as well. It's sort of Phlox sort of is like a, it's like same as the usual sort of thing. And they sort of like shrug their shoulders and they're like, well, currently we're kind of in between jobs, but I'm supposed to meet with this guy later. And he's kind of a fast talker, but you know, there's a guarantee of pay, at least in some form or another. So, you know, it's better than what we were doing. We were chasing this one guy around for a while, and that was a real pain. And frankly, I'm just glad we dumped that contract. Um, and they start like fiddling a little, like tapping their fingers on the table, sort of like thinkingly. Some because you knew Phlox 2 years ago, and in 2 years, Phlox hasn't really changed that much. It's you know that this is a sort of tick Phlox uses whenever they are somewhere they can't just start playing with like their knives or like just something with their hands, because it's just one of those things where it's like you got to play with something, and Phlox just tends to play with knives because it's just a thing.
Uh, this is a cafe. There's probably some amount of silverware on the table, so Marina's just gonna slide over a fork.
Phlox starts actually like twisting it between their fingers and occasionally like very lightly tapping it against the table, like just enough that you hear like a slight tap and not enough to actually like be really noisy. And they give her like a grateful sort of look as they play with this fork.
Marina's not exactly tactful about these things, but it works.
um Gosh, Lottie, I mean, I and there isn't anything that I can do for you.
Uh, not currently, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, as far as I know, we haven't really changed our usual calling cards. You know how to find us if you need us.
Yeah. I do have a new business card. And she reaches into her coat again and she pulls out a very neat looking business card.
Mm-hmm.
It's it has like it doesn't have Lotus on it. Well, it does, but it has the name Marina Lotus Coon.
Fox looks it over and they put the fork down for a second and they sort of turn it over in their hands and like read it and stuff, and they're like, huh, so you're not going by Lotus anymore?
Uh, I was asked to drop it as a part of the contract. So
Mm.
technically no.
Technically no. And Flox sort of has like a sort of look on their face, like a I'm not sure how I feel about that, but okay. Um because they like calling Marina Lottie. It was their fun little nickname for this fun little lotus cat. Um
You you can still call me Lottie if you want to. I
Aw.
it's no one's really used it in a long time. Last person to recognize me in the encounter didn't really go too well. Well, it went
Mm.
well for me. I don't know how well it went for him. Uh, I got what I wanted. He didn't get arrested. You know how it is, yeah?
Yeah. I'm you, sometimes it be like that, and frankly, considering and Flax does a fun little like twirl of the card and then tucks it into their chest plate into their hammer space. He should be glad that you didn't turn him in, because you, you were always one of the more noble types.
I I tried to be.
Uh, gosh, Lottie. Yeah, I'm I mean, if I can't do anything for you, I'm sorry that you're stuck with the silver chest plate you got hanging over you. And But I mean, like, yeah, if you need me or Ducky, just find us up. We'll drop. Our jobs aren't as important as our friends, There's always gonna be another job.
Yeah, another job. Another job. But we could do something else today. I have the entire day off. It's mandatory leave. I don't. Uh, I'd prefer to be working, but it's you know, government jobs. They tell you to
Yeah.
take days off, and then when you don't take days off, they demand you take days off.
They won't just let you work through the job and then be done. They gotta institute breaks, and there's union and paperwork. Such a
Oh, the
hassle.
paperwork. Do you know how many papers I have to go through on a daily basis? Just and Marina, I'm gonna roll hammer space for this because this is not just in her jacket pocket.
Yes.
That's not me roll D10. It's an 8. She pulls out this very large and bulky file. Like this thing is you know how in school you'd have a very full binder?
Hmm.
It is basically that. Just of this
Gosh.
one file. There are loose papers everywhere. Do you see this? This is my current case. Do you see this? I could just write half of this on a note card. I don't.
um, Phlox, as they're listening to Marina rant, sticks the fork on one piece of paper and slowly drags it out to read, and they just they idly skim it as they're listening.
I'm actually gonna roll a D3 because these pieces of paper in
Oh,
this thing are interesting. All right. You pull out a sort of hmm. It's it's a record of someone that you think you've seen them on a wanted poster, but you can't really remember. Um,
wait, wait.
it,
Can I roll history?
yeah.
Just if you need to keep it a secret, you're valid. But also, I am
No, no.
curious. That's a dirty 20.
Um, it is a hyena named Buffy. They are part of the Drawful gang, who
Hmm.
recently had a job go wrong, but didn't get caught. And from that, you can probably infer this entire thing, this entire large file, is just Drawful gang stuff.
Gosh, I'm out of character. Audio doesn't know a lot about the Droffel gang. In character, Fox probably at least knows them by reputation and just gives the paper just this look of disgust. Yeah, the fucking Droffel gang. What a pack of menaces.
Yeah, they stole an ice cream truck once. It was years ago, but they stole an ice cream truck. Uh, but it's just this this fight. It is all Drawful gang, and she is just uh, have I don't. Why do I need this much paperwork? I don't understand. This isn't. This is even most. There's half of it on a wall at home. Do you know how many red ties
Ooh.
there are with these?
I bet you
And
go through yarn like a madman.
do you know how often I have to go to craft stores? I have a membership card.
Oh, that's amazing.
And Marina is just leaning back in her chair now, just exasperated. So much paperwork. So much paperwork.
Oh. Flux very carefully tucks some of the stray paperwork back into the binder, and I'm gonna have well, they don't have any, so they probably just sort of like very carefully like use some of the silverware to like like puts it on top of the binder so it's heavy enough that none of the paper, like stray paper, can like fly out. Probably put like a salt shaker on top, and then they start like trying to balance the pepper shaker on top, and then they realize they're getting distracted, and they look up at Marina and they're like, I know. Well, okay, I understand burning this isn't an option.
I'll burn it when I'm done with it. We can have a big old
Yeah,
bonfire.
yeah, yeah. And then it's the contemplative moment of like, you know, yeah, Ducky has some stuff. We could have a really nice bonfire. Mm, I don't envy you.
I don't imagine you would. This is my main case, though. I should probably put that back before anything gets lost. I should probably put
Yeah,
that back. And Marina tucks it back in her hammers, which is her hair, by the way. So she just like
amazing.
shoves this pile of paperwork back into her hair.
Does she accidentally take like the silverware and the salt shaker and pepper shaker with it?
Yeah, she just dumps it all in, and then like
Amazing.
she doesn't even realize she's done it.
Oh, that's amazing. Phlox probably grins at that because at some point Marina's gonna fumble those out and it's gonna be hilarious. Like they probably won't be there to see it, but like in their heart they'll know.
And uh Marina's Marina just Marina's smiling now. She was like really nervous and antsy before, but she seems more relaxed now.
That's good. Because they ordered drinks and we were like, yeah, they ordered drinks. The drinks probably get here by now. And
Yeah.
Phlox is gonna roll him please. That's not a D20, that's a D10. That's an 8. Okay. They pull out a plastic box with like it's a clear plastic box and it's labeled eat on top, and they pop it open and there's a bunch of like different colored crystallines and like rocks and gem looking things, and they have this big frothy foamy sugary looking monstrosity in front of them, and they start like sprinkling some of the smaller ones on top like sprinkles.
Marina laughs at that, just like a short laugh, because Marina definitely forgot Fox did this.
And Fox grins at her, and it's this big toothy happy grin, and they pop the box shut and they tuck it back away in their hammer space, and like they open their mouth really wide, and then they just chomp the probably like an inch tall of foam off the top, and they just give her this big silly grin as there's like froth around their mouth.
Marina is giggling, but she's also trying to take a sip of her first drink so she can start on the second one, but it's like kind of spilling. She's just laughing so much. It is straight black coffee, by the way.
Amazing.
It's just straight black coffee.
Oh, and Phlox probably like works their way through the rest of their foam and occasionally like making a funny face at Marina to make her laugh.
Yeah, it's working every single time. You can roll an insight. You can roll an insight on Marina if you want
Okay.
to at this point.
Just for funsies. Just for
Just for
funsies.
funsies.
A 21.
21. Um, you can just by like the amount she's laughing. Like normally, 2 years ago, she wouldn't have laughed this much. Like at these jokes, at these goofs, she would have like kind of giggled, but mostly been composed. Um, she
Mhm.
probably hasn't laughed like this in a long time.
Oh, like I don't know if Marina would notice because she's laughing, but like this is like the real just fucking hold like Phlox is like fucking hold soft and also just like the heart goes squish in the chest because I'm making her laugh. This is so good. This is progress.
Uh, yeah, like normally you remember Marina who is a lot more composed than
Mm-hmm.
what she. In fact, with a 21, Marina had the ever slightest bit of film grain on her those 2 years ago when you knew her, but there is nothing now. She's clear as day.
Hmm. I mean, Fox probably tucks that away for something to think about later. Like, it's presumably something was wrong with Marina because of the film grain, which like sometimes like tunes probably have film grains, but I'm gonna have them roll actually medicine thing. I don't think they'll roll good, but okay, never mind. That was a nat 20.
Oh,
I'm shutting up now.
I was about to take a drink of water. Oh my god. Yeah, yeah. From what I remember of film grain, it's basically like they don't know a lot. They're out of touch with reality. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I remember from film grain.
Yeah, that's a we'll find it in the illness doc on the wiki later. But Flux knows about it with that nat fucking 20.
That nat 20. That nat 20.
uh gosh. And yeah, I mean Flux is just over the moon that, apparently even though they haven't seen Marina in the 2 years, and apparently a lot has changed with Marina. Marina is changed, and I can only guess slightly for the better because, Marina is laughing and, smiling. And Phlox can be silly and dumb like they were 2 years ago, but they know genuinely that Marina is happy and it makes them really happy.
Oh, oh god. Oh god. Oh jeez. Yeah, Marina is still trying to gain her composure, but oh boy. Oh boy. She has two black coffees and she is not successfully drinking either of them. One of them has gone slightly cold.
Oh,
The other one has just been put down. Two different brands.
amazing. Amazing. Gosh. Again, just for funsies, I'm gonna have Flox roll sleight of hand, and I want to see if they can steal one of the coffees.
Ah!
Oh,
It's another net!
another nat 20.
That's another net!
Okay. If I can just say that Flox definitely swipes the cold one and then puts the warm one in Marina's hands and like takes a big drink of the cold and like black coffee, and just their face screws up like they've bitten into the most sour lemon, and they're just like they regret it. They regret it. Like the kid is funny, but they regret even like thinking of drinking this liquid.
Marina keeps trying to take a sip of her coffee, but like as soon as like she tries drinking it, Jimmy goes, ah! Not like that, but that's just how I scream. And like
Yeah.
almost drops it because she was not expecting it to be hot.
Oh, bless her
She looks absolutely miffed.
uh, uh, Fox Fox sets the cold coffee down, and it's just like and they take another drink of their overly sweet coffee.
Uh, Does like Fox put it down on the table? The cold
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, Marina is kind of doing like a take of looking at her drink, looking at the other drink, looking at her drink, just trying to figure out what happened. Marina does not have a high passive perception. Uh,
Amazing.
that was just magic you did in front of Marina's eyes.
Oh, Phlox just like Phlox takes the fork they've been playing with and just very tentatively like scoots the coffee cup closer to Marina and away from themselves.
Marina sets down her hot coffee and picks up the cold one, but since Fox took like a big old drink out of it, she lifts it up and it's just like, did you pour some of this out?
Now you can put some of your warm coffee in and it'll be not as cold.
Where did you? And like she looks under the table to see if like he did it on the ground. They see if they put it on the ground.
Yeah.
What? Trying to figure out what they did with the coffee because it was. Oh God, Raina's kind of looking at it suspiciously now, cause like, what sort of sorcery is this? Hello.
Oh, I'm not even gonna make Phlox roll. I just feel like they see like Marina just looking around for this disappeared coffee and they just start like laughing a little. And it's just like they have like their face half hidden behind their coffee. And it's just like very much a stream of just chattery little giggles as they're just watching her.
What did you do with it? It was what? How did? I'm gonna have Marina roll investigation to see what.
Oh my God.
The cop. That's a nat 20.
20s!
3 nat 20s in a row. 3 nat 20s in a row from both of us.
For stealing all the nat 20s. For a D&D FPS.
Marina like looks at the coffee, then looks back at looks at the coffee, and she just goes, "Did you drink it?"
It tastes awful.
Why?
I wish I hadn't.
What's wrong with my coffee?
It's bitter. It's gross. And like Phlox shakes their cup a little and you can hear like some of the rocks rattling around where they've sunken to the bottom. And they're like, it's blah.
It's how I like my coffee.
Come on, Lottie. It's you can do so much better. Try something new, you know?
Okay. Lottie stares you straight in the face and pours the hot coffee into the cold coffee mug, and then takes 7 packets of hazelnut and dumps it in the coffee.
Amazing. Oh my God.
There are now 7 flavor packets of coffee. Well,
Hell
7
yeah.
flavoring packets in this coffee, and looks you dead in the eyes and takes a very long drink.
Please roll a con save. I want to see. Because this is you mix cold coffee with one brand from hot coffee with another brand, and then you added 7 packets of flavoring without stirring them. I feel like it's definitely you know what you've done, and you know what you have done is wrong.
Yeah, Brina still drinks it with a straight face. She manages a straight face for about 5 seconds before like leaning off to the side, and she's now coughing into her arm.
Phlox leans over and like pats her on the back. And they're grinning. Oh my God. It's just the biggest, most toothy, terrifying grin. Way to go, Lottie. You did it. You tried something new.
Marina pushes against your shoulder in like a shut up manner.
Oh, that was amazing. I couldn't have planned that. And you did it so perfectly.
Marina is like trying to gain her composure back, but she's still like coughing. I
um,
almost
um,
did that.
Phlox offers her their coffee, like if she wanted a drink.
uh, you, I feel like Marina would also have to roll a Constitution saving throw for that as well.
Yes, yes,
It's a
yes.
terrible choice, but like she looks at it and she's just like, do you, do you really want me to drink that monstrosity that you've made?
Aw, don't be mean. You'll hurt my feelings. I have at least 3 today, at least.
Oh, what? You're not the emotion-hardened bounty hunter.
No, you're thinking of Ducky. And they very like dramatically take a sip of their coffee, and you hear like several of the rocks like rattle against their teeth, and then they give like an audible crunch as they crunch them.
Can I roll an investigation to see if those are actual rocks?
Yes, you can. I know what all of the rocks Fox has are.
Oh boy. 24.
Some of them are like you probably caught a glimpse of them, like because again it was a clear plastic box. And some of them, well, Phlox did dump in quite a few of them. A lot of them are gone now, and it's not because Phlox ate them. It's because some of them are actually rock candy. Some of them are actually legitimately like quartz and stuff. And from the way one of them crunches particularly loud against Phlox's teeth, you can only guess that's something like topaz or something actually like really valuable.
Marina has forgotten that Fox has does this, and just like puts a hand against her face and is just like, you wanted me to drink actual rocks?
um, hmm. And Phlox like swishes their cup around, and like you can hear the last of like the rocks like very gently swish against the sides of the cup, and they look at it, and then they look at Marina, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. Not everyone eats. You know, these are nice quality ones, though."
My teeth can't handle rocks.
Hmm. Hmm. You have me there.
Uh, Marina takes like a very small sip of her monstrosity coffee. Just the smallest sip. She's still forgotten to stir it, and she goes, mm, hmm. You know what? And she's just gonna put it off to the side.
Now all she has is the hot plain black coffee. What's left of it, at least.
No, she put the entire thing into that cup.
Oh my god.
Nope, she just don't have a drink anymore. Don't have a drink anymore.
That's so sad. Hmm. Hmm. I feel like Phlox like looks from Marina to the coffee and then back at Marina and then back at the coffee and then looks like very considering for a moment. Just I mean, you could have Marina roll insight, but considering what Phlox pulled a minute ago.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. 18.
An 18. Yeah. It's pretty obvious that Phlox is considering, do I want to try this monstrosity coffee?
Hmm. I'm. Do you think we're sitting in an outside cafe or an inside cafe?
Probably an outside one. That's what I've been picturing.
Yeah, that's what I've been picturing. That's what I wanted to ask. Marina sort of takes the coffee and then just kind of like sets it on the ground. No. No. Fox is
Aww, Lottie. and I'm gonna, and Phlox probably gives like Marina like a puppy eyed and sticks out their lip a little and the Lottie, come on, it'll be funny.
No, you couldn't handle regular coffee. That has 7 packets of.
You were just complaining about me eating rocks.
But you can eat rocks. I can't eat rocks.
Phlox leans over to look at the coffee one more time, and then they okay, and they they finish off their coffee, and the last of the rocks click against their teeth and stuff, and then they set their empty coffee cup on the ground next to their chair.
This is not a very good place to be putting empty drinks.
And then so hilariously, because Phlox is an arcane trickster mage, they have mage hands. So they use mage hand, and they pick up Marina's coffee, and then they pick up their coffee, and they Phlox uses mage hand to pick up Marina's coffee and Phlox's coffee cup, and they put Marina's coffee cup in Phlox's coffee cup, and they just set them down again, under the table. Yeah.
Good. I thought you were about to drink it again.
Phlox pouts. Phlox pouts a little.
No, you're not drinking that coffee. No, and Marina reaches under the table again to pick it up. And, pick up both cups, and just this is a small cafe. She's looking over for a trash can anyway, even though typically servers come.
Yeah.
She's looking for a trash can anyway. not just malted coffee.
That's so valid. I don't know if you want to roll perception and see if she actually sees one, or if she's just stuck holding this coffee for a minute.
Nope. She doesn't see one, and she's just why do restaurants be like this? And puts the coffee back down on the table, on her side of the table, but away from Phlox, as tunishly possible.
Phlox gives Marina just the biggest, most happy grin, because it's very much a this sort of sibling sort of energy here that they're projecting to Marina. It's yeah, hell yeah, this is sibling time. You don't get to escape anymore.
Oh boy. Oh boy. And Marina is just
would she be oblivious, or would she actually pick up on it? It's the question.
I'm gonna roll an insight just to see. That's a 22.
Oh my god, these rolls.
She's picking this up. And she how would Marina react to this?
I mean, it's definitely if anything, it makes sense, because Marina would have seen how Phlox and Ducky interact. So then, now Phlox is now using the same behavior they do with Ducky on Marina.
Marina looks a little baffled for a second, but then she kind of just smiles very softly. It's a very soft smile.
Aww. Gosh. Phlox is just like, yeah, they're so like they're jazzed, you know, they're having a good time. They got coffee. They got to see Lottie again. You know, they have a job lined up. Like everything's coming up. Everything's coming up, Ducky. There's
Uh,
nothing ducky about this situation. That's because we can't say the F word. um,
oh boy, I am having so much fun right now.
yes.
But Marina considers something for a second when she sort of, after that very small smile, and like pulls out. I'm gonna roll hammer space. I don't have a custom fumble sheet, but I'm gonna roll hammer space. That's a
A
3. That's
three.
okay. She pulls out like a notepad and like a pen, and
Mm-hmm.
she has to flip for a couple of pages. There are notes on these pages. There are notes on these
Mm-hmm.
pages, and she writes something down and then kind of tears it out and hands it over to Fox.
I mean, Fox takes it. What does it say?
It has an address on it.
Oh.
Uh,
Yeah, if Phlox had eyebrows, it would be like, "Ooh, this is an address. What's this for?"
I currently have an apartment in Toontown if you want to stop by anytime with Ducky. Uh, I don't have a lot there except for a giant wall of string. But, if you ever needed a place to stop by, if you ever go back to Toontown, my
Mm-hmm.
door's open. Though I might not be available all the time, I do travel a lot, and I'll leave a note with the landlord saying to let you in or something. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. We'll send you postcards or something, you know?
Post.
I bet we could get some of the ones. I bet we could get some of the ones for you where it's like you take a picture at X location, and then, you know, inevitably one of them will end up being one of us getting shoved down the hill. But, you know, postcards, you can put those up on your walls instead of like just crazy board.
Yeah. You know, I I didn't expect to run into you out here. It's so far away from everywhere else.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, we've been hanging around Ghibli for a bit. I have a feeling we'll be hanging around Ghibli for a bit while yet. But, you know, it's a great big continent out here. You know, it's sometimes the narrative just says, yeah, let's have these two people meet again. That's the way.
It really is, huh?
Hmm. And Phlox reaches across the table and like gently like sort of taps in front of Marina, and they go, "It was really good seeing you again, Lottie, and I mean it, you know? I'm glad you're going through some character progression.
uh,
I hope you loosen up."
uh, it, it's for good or for worse, I guess, I suppose.
Hey, again, you know, if you got any bad guys or, you know, neutral guys or good guys who ever need, you ever need backup, you know who to call. We'll be here for you, you know?
uh, yeah, I I have a feeling some things are probably going to happen very soon. Uh, I you saw the files earlier, right?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like they're planning something, and I don't know what. know what to expect at this point. So
Mm.
I'll keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Should probably get going now.
I have wanted posters to steal. Or should I not say that in front of you? And Flox looks considering for a second.
uh,
It's Flox has long had a habit of just like, the stickiest fingers.
uh, oh boy. Uh, Marina Marina laughs at this and just goes, "Well, you wouldn't be the only one with the collection."
Yes, we'll have to compare sometime.
Yeah. And Marina, you know the thing where two people are like splitting off after like a thing in the
Mhm.
restaurant, where
Yeah,
they like
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
just like get up out of the seats and all that. And
Mhm.
Marina Marina sticks her hands in her pockets and goes, "It was nice seeing you. I hope to see you again sometime."
Yeah, and do me a favor. Do you want to roll a dex save?
Okay.
Probably
Nope.
yeah,
Nope.
okay. So that Marina has stuck her hands in her pockets, which means she cannot like push. Like Flox just goes in and gives Marina a really nice big hug. Um, and yeah, for all of Flox's pointy bits, they give Marina a hug, and it's some of the pointy bits do like sort of poke Marina a little, but Flox can't help that. They're just kind of they're just drawn that way.
Uh, I will mention, as you hug Marina, Marina is like a lot thinner than you'd probably imagine, just because of how fluffy she is. Like
Oh,
a majority of her design is literally just fluff.
awesome.
So, and like
Oh,
she kind of like tenses in your grip for a second, but she kind of like attempts to pull her hands out of her pockets and then just kind of like does a very small hug back.
aw. Yeah, yeah. Flux hugs her for like a good it's not like a short hug, but it's not like a super long awkward hug. It's
Yeah.
it's just a good amount of hug. And then they let go and grin at her, and then Flux I'm gonna have Fox is gonna grin at Marina and say, I'm gonna go steal some wanted posters. And they glance back at the table and they're like, and I hope that you managed to make yourself scarce before the server comes around. And they rolled an 18 in stealth. They just fucking like book it and like disappear into a small crowd of people.
Marina Marina starts laughing because she completely forgot about that. And sadly, sadly, Marina will not just leave without paying. She will pay for this small thing. She'll she'll leave the coins on the table with like a tip.
Mm-hmm. And I will say, if Marina walks past like the wall that generally by like police stations or whatever they have like the bounty hunter and wanted posters,
Yeah.
quite a few of them are missing, and there is probably a very annoyed looking police officer looking over the board because like not just the posters are missing, like a lot of the posters are missing, and then even more just have like their push pins pulled out of them, so like all of the push pins are gone too.
uh, Marina keeps her composure as she's walking past that. Maybe gives like a small nod because she completely expected this. This is completely expected. But like as soon as she walks by, she has like a small grin on her face.
Amazing.
Oh,
Oh, that's a great way to end just like Marina just like quietly laughing to herself as like obviously Phlox has been here. Phlox has left their mark.
The poster bandit.
Yes.
Hey,
Honestly, yeah.
I'm gonna end the recording now. Or do you want some final words?
Yeah. I mean, I will say probably like right before Phlox and Ducky go on Lucifer's travels, they probably send a postcard with like a wanted poster in it of like just this fun, neat, like weird looking criminal that they like just sent, just like this one will be fun, like trading cards almost.
Marina doesn't really have an address for both of them, but she puts it up on her giant board, just on one side of it. Just like,
Amazing.
I have this now. Oh boy, this is fun. This is fun.
Yes. All right. Bye, everyone. Thank you very much for joining in. This was a blast.
It was.
Yeah. Bye
Bye,
bye.
everybody.